Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Fortnite Save the World, and welcome to a Let's Talk where we're going to talk about the whole issue with the levels right now, the combat levels, the survivor levels, the husk levels as well. There's a lot to say there about what's going on right now. Now, fair warning, I will say this right now. This video is going to be a Let's Talk where we're going to start talking about the information we have now. There has been some clarification from Epic, thankfully, about what's going on here. And then this is going to turn into a bit of a rant because, again, communication. You guys know I've talked about this many times before. The communication and the lack thereof in Save the World is something that has really just plagued us for quite a bit. So we're going to jump into this one, guys. I am going to be drinking water. I'm sorry. My throat is a little raspy right now. So I hope you guys can forgive me for that. But let's jump into it. First of all, I want to say thank you to all of you who are here. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you all. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much to all of you using my creator code to get the battle pass over in BR. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much to all of you guys. My creator code's right here, same as my Epic Gamer tag, which is DUJ2. If you want to play with me too, you can just send me a friend request and I will add you. So let's jump into this right now, guys. We're gonna start with what happened. So if you don't know exactly what happened, a video I released recently, actually I think it's the video before this one that I released. I'll make it pop up over there in the corner. You guys can just click the little eye that shows up. It basically talks, that was our first impression. It was something like 2-3 in the morning as soon as it had come back, and we noticed that our levels were off. First of all, I'm no longer level 131. I am now level 130, and to get to 131, I'm gonna have to supercharge some survivors. A lot of you guys know what that is. In Ventures, you get superchargers. You can use superchargers on weapons, heroes, and survivors, and that will help you get a little higher up or a little better. So now if I want to be level 131 again, I need to do that. Now this brings upon another situation. Well, for example, first of all, you have to do Ventures. I am still plugging a lot of Ventures. I'm level 14 right now, actually. I hope to get to level 30 today. I'm going to grind really hard, and this weekend I'm going to try, I don't know how far we're going to get, but we're definitely going to try really hard to push forward. At least 10 levels a day. I think I can do at least 10 levels a day. I did 10 levels the first day, so I think we can still do it. And that wasn't so very long. But I don't have any superchargers yet. I don't have any of that stuff yet. What's going to happen is I'm going to need that to be able to work on my survivor squads. Now, that's the explanation of it. The other explanation of it is the changes to the weapons. Now, a lot of you guys saw in my previous video that we made this candy corn LMG go up to over 240,000 DPS with the proper people joining. And that's because of the boost. When you have people join into your squad, you're going to get that boost. Now, this is what I have to say about this. I feel like this is something that should have been, and this is actually supported by what we're going to see in a second. It should have happened, and it should have been done quite a while ago. Now, you guys know that, for example, one of my favorite weapons is the Masamune. And with the Masamune, I have shown that I can do over 1 million damage per second. Just by speed, the perks, using the right setup, you can, and because it attacks so fast, you can do over 1 million damage per second. Now that is finally represented with this new graphical update, we're going to call it. So that's what we know right now. We know right now that the how can we call it, the inflated levels of both us and the husks is purely graphical. Nothing else has happened. In fact, what's happened now is that this update has come to show what's been there all along. And that's what we're going to jump into here. We're going to go over into Reddit. A lot of you guys know that I love Reddit. And, oh, did I do... Oh, I must have gone wrong. But anyway, this is actually going to be Magist's Reddit. We're going to be taking a look at him. For those of you who don't know who Magist is a community manager for Fortnite for Epic. for Save the World. And actually, we're gonna probably go in with this one. Let's go in with this one. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so on Reddit, we're gonna be looking at Magus. So there he is. Let's actually go back in. And I know he's not a moderator on Save the World. He's actually a moderator on something else, but we'll talk about that some other day. So he commented on a couple of things about the power levels. The first comment he did was one day ago, and he said, "Hey everyone, we made some adjustments to power levels to support promoted survivors and corrected some bugs associated with how it's being calculated. The new power levels should be a more accurate measure of what content is appropriate for the fort stats. The actual gameplay difficulty or game difficulty, fort stats, and the health shield of the husks haven't changed, just a rating displayed in the UI. Most of the shifts were relatively small, resulting in a slight increase or decrease in power level." Now, for those of you who have been sending me screenshots of different endurances and different challenges, yes, first of all, thank you very much. And second of all, you guys know that this is not small. There have been massive, huge increases in power level, but nothing else. And again, what they're explaining to us here is that basically what we're seeing is what we should have been seeing all along. We're just seeing the correct representation of the number that it should be. Now, I have a major problem with this. I have two major problems, but the first major problem with this is we've known for a very long time that our weapons are doing much higher DPS than it shows. And that's something that for me personally, you guys know, if you've come to my stream, you know this. I have many times, I've had to, how can I put this? I've had to have a conversation with certain people that come into the stream telling me that I am, for lack of a better word, stupid for using certain weapons in certain ways. And then I use the weapon and I can show people that even though what the numbers have said doesn't really represent it in action. So, and this is something we've had for a very long time. And there are several weapons and hero loadouts like this. And like, as I've always said, every single weapon in this game can be absolutely amazing if you use it with both the correct perks and the correct loadout. So if you use yourself the right loadout with the right weapon and right perks, you can do fantastic damage. Now, again, the problem with this is that it's just for that one, and it can get very boring to just play with one weapon, one game style. But having said that, it is possible to do that with practically every single weapon. Again, some weapons are going to be much better than others, but you can still make pretty viable every single weapon in the game. It can be actually quite fun to do this. Of course, you need practically unlimited resources to be able to get all this done, but that's another case. That's another matter. That's the whole evolution materials balance thing that we're not going to talk about that right now. We're not going to get into that right now. But basically, you can now see the correct representation of these weapons compared to the damage output. And now apparently we are seeing the right, and I say right because we still don't know if this is going to change in the future, the right representation of the power level of husks. Now, before we continue, I have to say this too. The one thing that I do find very interesting is whenever we get people here in our party. So whenever we have a party, and actually I'm not streaming right now, so I can't really ask people to jump in with me. But let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put myself in public here while we're talking. Maybe someone will jump in and I can kind of prove my point here. And also what I said before, yes, I do accept everyone who sends me a friend request as long as your name is not... as long as your name is not bad or offensive, I will gladly accept you. I'm kind of hoping that we don't have anyone here who's going to be a bad name. Awesome. Okay. All right. We got through it. Whew. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So basically what happens now is, and you guys will see it in my previous video, we have had for quite a while now the capacity to have up to 16 people with us in a match, in a lobby, even though we're not able to actually carry that amount of people into a game. And actually, let me do this really quick here. I'm going to do this really quick. So I just asked people on my Discord if they don't mind. Actually, you can see it right there. I just asked people to jump into my lobby real quick to see if we can test something out here really quick. But anyway, so we've had that capacity for a while. We've had the capacity to have a bunch of people jump into a lobby all at the same time, even though we're not able to go into missions with them. You can only go into a mission with 3 other people, so you can only have a party of 4, even though it's possible to. Oh, there we go, some people jumped in. Awesome, thank you. A bunch of people jumped in. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. I know you can't hear me right now. Actually, they could hear me. I just have to say this. I have to go. Thank you very much for jumping into the lobby, guys. I'm just testing something out with the power levels. So anyway, basically what we're seeing here is we are seeing the representation of what that level can be now. So if we go over here and we look at my actual party right now, I have 4 people in the party with me. And we can have up to 16. There can be up to, look, there's 5 now. There can be a bunch of people that can jump into the same lobby at the same time. But even though we can only go into a party, into a match with 4 people. Now, this could be because of the Battle Royale party limits and that stuff. There could be multiple other reasons why this is happening. We don't know. We don't exactly know why this has been happening for a while now. But it does show us now that our power level, as you guys can see up there, our power level can and will fluctuate according to how many people we have in a match. Now, why am I bringing this up? What's so important about this? What makes this important is that even though, like right now, I think we're going to still only have 5. Well, we have 6 people now. Even though you can have that many people, you have to have people sit out to go into a match. You can tell that that power level can and will fluctuate much higher depending on what the situation could be. Does this mean that we're going to have one day in Save the World parties of 16 going up against a big boss? It's possible. Is it more likely that this is just an oversight because we're all on the same game code with Save the World Battle Royale and Fortnite, and that's just something that can be done, and we don't have an option here? We don't have an option to change it just to a 4-man. Now, that's more likely what's happening. That's more likely what is occurring. And that's just something that's been happening for a while. But the fact that our power level can fluctuate so much, and again, you guys remember how much damage that candy corn had, candy corn had 80,000. Yeah, it's up to 173 now. And if more people join in, it'll get higher and higher and higher, even though we can't go in with that many people. We can only go in with 3 people at a time. So continuing on what Matt just said up here, he said the intended cap for level 50 survivors was 130. The old formula wasn't accounting for certain sources of fort and allowing people to go slightly above 130 as a result. The new cap you can reach with promoted level 60 survivors is 145. So officially they are telling us that we have a cap now of 145. It is possible for us to get to 145 power level. Granted, for this, we're going to need to have all the survivors a level of 60. The current mechanics make this very hard, so that's going to be something else we're going to need to see in the future. As you guys can see here, we had someone else join, and now we're at the 100. Oh, you guys can't see this. Sorry, you guys can't see all of this. I just realized. I do apologize for that. So again, what I was showing here before, all the people that can join, and now we're at level 190. Now it's 190 DPS, and then, of course, this is going to influence everyone else joining. Having said this, I do believe that this is something that definitely could have been communicated to us before this update. I honestly don't think that this is something that could have or should have been discovered by us like later on down the line like we have. I do appreciate that they gave us some pretty quick information. I do appreciate that Matt just clarified a lot of this information pretty quickly on. It wasn't a matter of days or weeks before, it was just pretty much on the same day, later that day, that they did clarify what was going on. But this just basically goes to show that our power levels have been, they've been miscued for so long. We have been a certain power level. We've been a certain level for a very long time, and the husks as well. So now going into a match and seeing husks that are going to be far more powerful than we're expected to see, or having to encounter things that are going to be far more powerful, it's going to be really deviating from what we've going on. And again, that communication, I feel, is something that we should have had for quite some time now. It's very important that not only do we continue to have this, this communication like this. I do applaud this, and I am very appreciative of the fact that they did this. I'm appreciative that Magis did talk to us about this pretty early on. That's pretty awesome that he did give us this information pretty quickly, so we weren't kind of too lost for very long. And apart from that, nothing has changed. In reality, nothing has changed. It's basically a graphical misrepresentation of both our levels and the husks and our weapons, apparently. And now it's correct. Now it's showing and representing the correct levels. Nothing has changed in difficulty in the game. If you try and do something else that you thought was too hard before, surprise, surprise, it's not going to be easier now. It's exactly the same. And for me personally, this is apart from the whole thing, but like the new heroes and the heroes that we can recruit now and all that, a lot of that is communication. It would be wonderful if we had a decent, how can I put this? A decent save the world patch notes or a developer's blog. That'd be awesome. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. This was just more of a little, it was a little let's talk and a little bit of a rant talking about this, because I did make a video talking about what's going on. Well, here we have direct from the Magist's mouth. Direct from the community manager's mouth. We know exactly what's going on. Nothing has changed. It's all just graphical. We can now get the new cap is level 145, but to get that, we're going to need a lot of supercharge to supercharge all of our survivors. That's a ton. And in the current dynamic, in the current game mechanics, that will take years to achieve. So hopefully we'll be able to get a lot more superchargers soon. Because it'll be wonderful. It'd be great to get our level up to 145. That'd be awesome. Getting all the survivors to 145 would be really, really cool. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2. If you guys enjoy this video, if you enjoy what I do on my channel, please do me a huge favor and have yourself a fantastic day. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.